positive effects of marijuana on modern society today. When the topic of marijuana in today's society, the picture of Willie Nelson and Snoop Dogg rolling a fatty and enjoying the high often comes into view. Many people do not take into consideration the history, medical benefits, and positive impact of legalization on state revenue of the marijuana plant as it has become medicinally or recreationally legal. Most, if not all, people nowadays have had some sort of experience with the plant, whether it be from friends, acquaintances at gatherings, a relative, or someone promoting degrading the plant and the use within the community. I encourage you to take into consideration the effects, good and bad, that it has on society before you make an educated opinion yourself on the drug. We will delve into this topic today during this speech. I have developed an interest into this subject as I have been involved in multiple different conversations over the past few years on debating whether or not marijuana should be legal, remain medicinally legal, or go forward and be recreationally legal here in Arkansas. I was ultimately drawn into this subject by researching marijuana in order to form my own educated opinion, and ultimately was prescribed a medical card myself about 7 months ago for the use of health benefits that I have. Marijuana should be legalized not only because it has been used historically, but in multiple different cases it has great medical benefits, and it definitely has a positive impact on revenue in the states that it has been legalized so far. When exploring a new subject, anyone should dive into the history of that subject. Cannabis has been used in multiple different societies, and the ease of growing that plant and the durability of it. In opposition to materials such as cotton, or like we are formerly very informed with rice here in Arkansas, cannabis grew quickly and could be grown in many different climates. This made it very easy for the farmers to have an outlet to provide off of year-round rather than waiting from season to season. Cannabis has been used from raw material to produce items such as clothes, rope, paper since the early 1600s. The durability of the plants allow for different countries to produce and utilize it without importing different goods. This saves on importation taxes, which makes it a lot easier to make money off this plant. One of the most discussed topics regarding medical marijuana is the medical benefits of marijuana. Marijuana has been used medicinally by multiple countries dating all the way back to the 2700 BC, said by Mr. Bob Lesner. With the government permits, marijuana was used in the 1900s for alleviation of symptoms such as nausea associated with HIV and AIDS and cancer, also by Mr. Lesner. In the events where symptom control has failed, the addition of marijuana usage can aid the amount of these symptoms. Marijuana usage to help aid negative symptoms from side effects of chemotherapy is still being used to this day. Medical marijuana is a term that is becoming regularly used in today's society. Marijuana has been used to treat symptoms such as PTSD, fibromyalgia, Parkinson's, and many other illnesses. And many others have been researched and implemented in many states in which medical marijuana has been legalized already. The use of marijuana hasn't even been able to replace different medications that either patients are unable to take that can be more sedating and interfering to their everyday lives. One of the last main points that the government would like to hear is, aside from how it can be regulated to the medicinal benefits, is what the government cut is. One of the major positive effects of legalization of marijuana is the state tax revenue from it that can be generated from sales, therefore spent to facilitate the advancement of that state. Such as California, Colorado, and Oregon have collected $70 to $135 million from 2015 to 2016. And this money can be spent right back into that state on transportation, furthering the schools, parks and recreational facilities, and various other benefits. Legalization of marijuana can be loosely related to economic boost. With more people moving to the area in which marijuana is legal, when more people move into that area, the area is then able to increase rent costs related to supply and demand. In addition to this, with more people moving to the specific area, they will also be able to buy goods and services in that area, which would directly impact the economy, as well as state tax revenues from those states' goods and services. And there are many other benefits that weren't even discussed when the process of legalization was going through these states, such as the various marijuana vacationers, which no one expected, and people just showed up to use the recreational benefits of that plant. The people of today's society must evaluate the pros and the cons of the marijuana debate for themselves, and then go out and make an informed opinion and an informed vote on this subject. They must consider the various positive impacts on society dating back to 4,700 years from today. Thank you.